Just picture everything everyone misses who only listens to the audio. The amount of times you and I are just staring at each other, waiting for words to be said. And they miss this.
Totally. It's crazy to think about all the visual gags people miss because they don't watch on YouTube. youtube.com/SMSoup. I'm assuming.
We definitely don't have that yet. No.
Oh, well. What do you need, 100 subscribers?
Mm-hmm.
Get on it, people. All right, well, this is going to go down as the worst cold open in SMSoup history.
I mean, you've already said SMSoup twice.
I know. So let's record S.
Soup.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain.
Says you.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Shelby.
And together, nice. Well, whatever. We're here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions. Just asking them away. Hopefully getting answers in return.
Oh, yeah. We're asking the great soup bowl in the sky.
Yeah. Waiter, how is the soup made? You know? It's Halloween Eve.
SoupI.
Halloween Eve?
I believe so.
But we're recording this 10 days.
It is
prior.
Halloween Eve.
So, yeah, little peek behind the curtain. So it's really not that scary right now, but I imagine
terrifying.
whilst listening, things are getting pretty spooky out there. Because we're perfectly midway between Friday the 13th and Halloween.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of back to normal for now. Shelby, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I was really hoping to have like so much Halloween spirit for this, but none.
You have shit all over your lips.
I have Vaseline on my lips.
You're shining.
Yeah. It's hydration.
You're hoping to have Halloween content?
Yeah, I got nothing. It's spoopy. It's all gone.
Oh, it's so scary.
How are you doing?
Oh, being unprepared. Could there be a fate worse? I'm good.
It's good.
I'm pretty, I'm sure well, pause.
Yeah.
We just realized that we've been doing this for almost a year.
Yeah.
Now. Like, it's been more than a year since we started.
Yeah. It's exceeded a year. But this is our 52nd episode of SMSoup.
Yeah. And where was I going with that?
I don't know. But hey, you started it.
So I'm sure last year, because we would have done an episode around Halloween time last year.
I didn't see any specific titles that screamed Halloween. Like, we definitely record. It says October.
Yeah.
But I didn't see, which I'll get into it. We talk about most holidays when they come up, and I didn't see anything Halloween related.
It's crazy because I was gonna say I'm sure we
talked about it.
Talked about it, but maybe not. So apologies if I'm repeating myself. If you're an avid listener and listened at this time last year and are now listening again. So. I'm not like a huge Halloween person.
Why?
I just like, I think because like with most other holidays, I'm just kind of like,
yeah.
Why?
Your consistency. Your all holidays are questionable. I am indifferent to most, and then Halloween is just the only thing I celebrate, you know?
I just think it's so funny and weird that we like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just an asshole or something.
Oh, you're definitely an asshole.
But I'm saying that maybe because I'm an asshole, it's the reason for what I'm about to say.
Oh.
But like, I just don't get it. And I think like there are certain holidays where there's like spiritual, cultural meaning behind it. But even then, I'm just like,
I mean, Halloween's rooted in spiritual meaning.
It's all bullshit.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why across the board, I'm just like, this is dumb. Like, I've never tied my self to that boat, you know?
No, I get that. If you don't really have a connection to something, then like you don't really feel, you're kind of just like, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's like my biggest gripe with like
Father's Day.
That's also my biggest gripe with a lot of like holidays. So like Christmas and Easter, for example, are like super prevalent in America, at least, because being a Christian
based
country.
Yeah. But we're not.
Yeah, exactly. But we totally are, because we base literally everything off of it. Like, you ever think about that? Like, it's like insane that I genuinely hate this. Genuinely hate this. I hate that for like holidays at companies, you get off, or like school. Thinking back to like school, college, you get off, your entire winter break and all that shit is fully centered around Christmas.
Yeah.
Does not take into consideration like Hanukkah, which is like, you would think Judaism is probably like second in America. I don't really know all the religions, if I'm being honest.
Couldn't tell you where like populations fall, but
yeah, I know,
it's
but
definitely
like, you know what
prevalent.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I get that, like, for most like Jewish people, like Hanukkah's not the same holiday as Christmas. They just happen to fall, and we always draw that like conclusion. But like, what I'm really getting at is there are plenty of other Jewish holidays that we do not get time off for. And that's just so dumb. I hate it so much. And it's like so in your face too.
And yes, it's very in your face. And when you like, it doesn't, if you've been raised pretty generally Christian, or just like, if you were to be anything, it would be Christian, because plenty of people are like, not really, don't go to church, they don't really practice. But they're like, but it's Christmas. It's Easter. It's Christian. So regardless, if you're traditionally raised that, you really don't think about the fact that there's so many other holidays. I mean, so many other holidays that are just literally ignored by the public calendar, by the calendar we created.
But again, we're not going to admit that like we are absolutely a Christian dominated, and like so many decisions are based off of.
And yeah, when you meet people who, practice different religions and have different very important events and traditions, it's like, oh, well, my work gives like 2 floating holidays. What? Like, you automatically get off Good Friday.
Yeah.
But you get to choose 2. Like, that's just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's asinine.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's really dumb.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest gripe is, to again just go back to my original point of like Christmas and Easter, is that so many people don't celebrate those things for what their like actual purpose is. Because so many people celebrate it and aren't like truly Christian.
Yeah.
Or Catholic or whatever, right?
Right.
And I just think that's like really dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it's really funny that, again, people will say that we aren't like a Christian dominated country. And like, again, that decisions within the country are not made based upon religious belief.
Yeah.
Yet we all get off December 25th.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, I'm just going to make up a number. So 80% of people are exchanging gifts on that day. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking asinine.
Yeah.
And I think that's just why, like, I have such disdain towards that.
That's fair.
That I also then, it like...
You take it out on the holiday itself.
Yeah, well, it just trickles into everything else, too. And I also just think it's really dumb that, like, again, so many people don't truly, like, believe any of this shit. Or follow the rules of the religion or the beliefs or whatever. Yet they still give up an entire day to it. without like any, like, again, like I can understand that some people have spiritual and like cultural connections to days, and I'll never understand that. And so those days will always not make sense to me.
Right.
But it like especially irks me when we like take time. I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying. I'm really interested to see, because they're saying that less and less people are like going to church, identifying as Christians, this, and that. So I don't think those days will like go. I don't think those days will like go away. I think we'll still like get off.
No, because they're still going to be culturally relevant.
Yeah.
But again, like,
but I'm
it's the
interested
fact that,
to
like,
see in like 20 years what those days look like. You know.
I mean, all you have to do is look at what every single like holiday, fake, real, or otherwise, like look at Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Halloween is not the same at all as what it was originally created for, right?
No, I mean, it's been heavily commercialized.
Right, exactly.
Like yeah.
So it's all, like Halloween is like exactly like what I'm getting at is Christmas is always going to be a thing because Christmas isn't even what it was supposed to be.
I'm not saying the holiday is going to disappear. I'm saying how we treat the holiday.
But it's going to be treated the exact same because like it's already, the return on it is so diminished compared to like what it's actually supposed to be that like the religious aspect of it clearly does not matter anymore. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Right.
And that's why I kind of think it's dumb.
Yeah.
And I think like we've chosen a terrible time of year to continue to like celebrate it.
That's true.
Like you could have fucking changed this at any point and pulled a fast one on people. And it's like, no, we're going to keep it at the worst time of year. Really fucking cool, guys.
My gripe about Halloween is it's the only holiday I always want to be on a weekend. All the others are better if they're in the middle of the week because they kind of disrupt.
Yeah, because you don't get off for Halloween.
Exactly. Halloween's on a Tuesday. No one's doing shit on a Tuesday.
I mean, after school trick or treating.
No one's doing shit on a Tuesday.
I mean, that's the other thing. Halloween is for fucking kids, and I hate that.
It's
like,
not.
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
You say it is.
It is. It's 100% for kids, and it's great. It's great for kids. I think adults who like have to adapt it to their lives and make it a part of their personality are just as bad as people who criticize Disney adults.
Oh, well.
LOL. No,
well,
it's not that bad. But in all seriousness, I do think Halloween is like a perfect kids' holiday.
Sure, it's great. It's
Kids get to dress up, get to play
great.
make believe, and actually
so
be
fun.
championed for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Why do you think people love the holiday? It's literally the time of year when people out in like, I keep using the term weird. I keep being like, when people can be weird. And I always feel the need to be like, not like weird, but like
no, but
weird.
like weird.
No, not weird.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
I was talking to at like a market. I was talking to someone and I was like, it felt like everyone was in the best mood ever. Like everyone was in a great mood. And it probably was the lowering temps. We weren't all sweating our asses off.
And I wasn't there.
You weren't there. Add to the list. And people were just like, oh my God, it's like Halloween season. It's Halloween season. It's like just you can kind of like dress a little funky and like blah, blah, blah. Stop.
No, I'm about to get mad though.
No, don't get mad.
I'm about to get mad.
And it was just like people were all just like, people who get it. And there's just something about the time of year that just like you can just like do whatever and it feels like no one cares.
What makes me mad is that there are 365 days a fucking year where you can dress however you want and people shouldn't care. So the fact that you conform to what society deems as acceptable, you're a fucking adult. Picking one day a year to be your true self or whatever and let your weirdness out is fucking insane to me.
I don't think...
You have 365 days in a year. The fact that you're like, I'm fine, I'll concede that I only get one is dumb.
It's not that people are only doing something then. It's that for the month of October, people see leaning into like
31 days out of 365. It's
oh my
still
God.
dumb. It's still dumb.
People just get in the mood. I don't know what to tell you. It
The
doesn't
way
mean
I
they're
see
not
it
doing
is
stuff they want to every other day of the year.
Kids have shit parents who won't let them be whatever it is that they want to be, and they get one day a year because they don't have the fucking freedom that they deserve. And they get the one day to actually like live it out. The fact that then at 19 years old, we continue to go, yeah, we're fine with just that one day is insane to me. And I think like acting like, yeah, people will think we're weird. You do it to yourself. Like you don't. If we all band together and we all be weird and everything like that, eventually, throughout history, it has been proven, eventually people will just get over it and it'll become a new norm. Eventually.
Are you saying there was something you wanted to be growing up and you weren't allowed to
Yeah,
do
I
it?
wanted to be a baseball player. And the one time I got to live that out was on Halloween. Because I had parents who hated me.
Did you get it all out?
I stand by what I said. I do think it's really dumb.
I don't think it's that intense that it's like I'm not saying for everyone, but I'm saying in today's world, I don't think it truly is. As a kid, yes, it can be that.
People at a market where you are, artistically speaking, a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
Or like from a society viewpoint,
yeah.
Art people are weirdos.
Yeah.
The fact that you have people there who feel like they can't just like...
They definitely do. It's just the time of year where like you just get extra into it. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like they're like denying themselves. It's not like they're like, oh, I shouldn't dress up. It's not November 1st. Like people still do whatever the fuck they want. There's just
I don't think people do.
There's just been something about October that has become the time of year that like people lean into it extra hard. That's it. That's literally it. I feel like you're describing it as more of a red tape situation than it is.
I see it as people lean into it more because, again, throughout the rest of the year, they're sitting at like a 20, and then in October, they ramp it up to 100.
Yeah.
Not that they, most of the time, are sitting at 75 and then jump it to 100.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I'm talking about like as a whole.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just saying, like, I think it's like insane. You know, like, I get it. Save it for Halloween Day to like wear your Dracula costume to
to the grocery store.
Well, yeah, to the grocery store, to work, whatever, right? Like, yeah. I get it. You know, distractions and all that. But also, like on a random Saturday, if you want to dress up as Dracula, there's literally nothing stopping you. And for you to be like, no, I'm hanging it up until next October, it's just so fucking like weird. It's like, again, it's like we're like trapped in like the like. We only get one day. Like you can't have a Christmas tree up if it's not December.
You can do whatever you want.
But most people do not.
I do also think
like that's my point. My point is that you can do whatever you want and people don't.
I do also think
and I think that's dumb.
A novelty to like a season's changing, a heightened time of year. That's exciting. If it becomes your everyday and you don't take time to like extra appreciate it, extra get into it, then it's just a baseline reality.
Gotcha.
Which isn't bad.
No. This is my issue though, because what you're saying is like
can be seen as a fun community. Like I see you.
If you don't participate in Valentine's Day, if you don't participate in Valentine's Day, you're not truly showing the person that you like really love them, because if you only love them every day of the year, that's just a baseline of love.
I mean, that is how we sort of argue the kind of weirdness of Valentine's Day.
No, that's why it's dumb. It's like you go above and beyond in one day and then don't do fuck all the rest of the year. That's not... How is that better?
It's not. I'm not saying people aren't doing anything the rest of the year. You're saying that.
I'm saying... Yeah, I am saying that. You cannot convince me the average person... Can you? Can you convince me?
I can't. I don't have numbers. I don't know what people do.
I'm just saying, like, general assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're more optimistic.
I'm definitely more optimistic than you.
Then good, I guess. What else you got? Just like, you're just gonna keep staring at me,
yeah, I'm just
or
gonna keep staring at you. What was your favorite? I did want to ask if you had a favorite costume growing up.
Baseball player.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember you ever dressing as a baseball player.
Probably like 3rd grade.
Oh.
It was elementary school for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. One Halloween in school, I got sick, and that was either 2nd or 3rd grade, if I remember correctly. I'm just trying to remember where we were at in the school too. Like I can picture like the hallway and stuff. Yeah. And I know we weren't in like the front hallway, which was like where 4th and 5th grade were. I know we weren't there when I was a baseball player.
Yeah.
And it definitely wasn't 1st grade.
Yeah.
So it was like the other corner.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to say it was 3rd grade, but it might have been 2nd. I had like a fake mustache.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And I wore a
baseball
jersey and baseball pants. It was a good one.
I don't remember most of my elementary school costumes.
I'm trying to think. One year, Mike and we went as, I can't remember if we were like specifically Motley Crue, or if we like just happened, or if like we were kind of like basing the look off of that. Like we were supposed to just be rock stars. I can't remember. Yeah. But I remember we put on eyeliner.
Nuh-uh.
And
how would you not flip out?
We did.
Did your mom put it on you?
Yeah, it was either mine or his. I can't remember. But I just remember we both were not happy. And that was middle school, probably. I'm trying to think.
I can literally
because I stopped doing like trick or treating. Middle school is probably the cutoff.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to get my timeline right. And like trying to remember like places and stuff like that. That was probably middle school. I remember that one. That one was pretty good. And we took a Guitar Hero guitar.
Yeah.
And I think the other one had drumsticks. I forgot who had what.
That's a lot of fun.
But that was a good one. And I'm trying to think. I feel like I did a generic Spider-Man or something one year, but I can't remember. Those are the two. The baseball player and the rock star are the two that stick out the most.
Mm-hmm.
So those would be my favorites, probably.
Damn. I really can't remember like any of my elementary school. I don't know why. The only one that ever sticks out to me...
It's because you're embarrassed by them.
I mean, they probably like weren't great in theory. I know for a year I was oh my god, is it Woody? Is that the Toy Story?
You were Woody?
Yeah.
But you're a girl.
Yeah. I refused to be the girl.
Jessie?
Yeah.
Jessie?
I think my sister was Jessie and I was Woody.
That's also even more problematic.
Obviously not in that capacity. Maybe we both were just considered Woody. I don't know. But my mom like handmade our outfits and those were super cute.
That's an easy outfit to piece together.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. And that's also something else that I really hate about Halloween is that all the costumes are absolute dog shit.
They are.
And like especially costumes where like
you're a character, like recognizable character. You're a character,
and all it is just pieces of clothing.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I know, and they're still like $50 to $60.
Yeah, and it's dog shit. Do you remember my Joker?
Yeah.
That shirt and that wig was terrible.
That wig was terrible. We have that somewhere. Yeah.
Was like...
It was
awful. It was like it was like cardboard.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why?
I know. We looked everywhere for a purple shirt and we couldn't find one. Which we should have just like probably gone to Walmart or something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I know I really hate. I I think like the last costume I like bought, I think I was Scream at one point, like which is basically just a giant black cloak with like the mask. It's probably like the last costume I like bought. Oh no, I was a flapper girl in college, and that was a bought costume because I didn't have time to make anything when we were flapper girls.
That was like a pre-made.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was my mobster outfit pre-made?
No, I think we just
bought a hat.
I think we just bought a hat.
Interesting.
But yeah, all of our dresses were pre-made, which those were okay.
Yeah, I mean that's why like this year, like
yeah, which is shit we have.
We just pieced together, clothing and
that's
stuff.
the best way to do it, in my opinion. 100%. If you have the time, obviously, but that's like the best way to do it.
Again, especially if you're going as like somebody who's like whose character
is
literally their well, no, whose character is literally just the outfit they wear.
Yeah.
Like even if you wanted to be like Teen Wolf or something, all you'd have to do is get like buy a flannel.
Yeah, probably have it unbuttoned down to your belly button.
Yeah,
I assume. I've never seen. I've just assumed they're mostly shirtless.
I feel like the whole thing is that he just like. Well, I've never seen Teen Wolf either.
Great example.
I'm thinking of like, but you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking of like your typical like werewolf who like is like kind of busting out of their clothes, but like isn't just like full on like cock and balls out.
Yeah.
You know, so they're just like really hairy.
Yeah.
And I'm picturing a very specific character, but it's not Teen Wolf, but basically it's like a red flannel, like checkered flannel, and like jeans. And like what you do is you get like small jeans or you get like whatever, and you roll them up, so that way it looks like you're busting out of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, you like have it unbuttoned a little bit. And you gotta like put in like a ton of hair all over you.
Yeah.
But you buy those things. You don't like buy you don't buy the fucking costume that gives you also like the clothes because okay, maybe the jeans look a little bit better in terms of like busting out of them, but like the quality of them is going to be dog shit, and there's no rewearability after that. Yeah, and that's even more wasteful, and that's another thing I really hate.
Yes, I do agree with that completely. Yeah, that's a really shitty part of Halloween, obviously.
And it's crazy that like these industries remain afloat off of one day. That's another thing that just really bothers me.
I mean, literally the idea that Spirit Halloween can like fully break down everywhere across the country and then just come back like a few weeks before Halloween and like have storefronts is insane.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I hate that. I hate like I mean, thank God Christmas tree shops are shutting down. I'm assuming those just were Christmas ornaments.
Yep, just Christmas ornaments. Yeah, I do agree with that.
And like that's what I hate about like the chocolate industry. Thanks to Valentine's Day, like chocolate would be dead if it wasn't for Valentine's Day and Halloween.
You think so?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I just can't really think of any other. I know I was like a dead like a zombie prom queen or something, or a zombie like.
Yeah, because you're really full of yourself.
Whatever that was. I don't think I was prom queen. There were 3 of us, so there's no way we were all prom queens. So
probably.
It was just supposed to be like, we literally like, someone from like a local church was like, I have all these old like homecoming dresses no one wants anymore because their daughter had
zombie makeup.
Their daughter had like left, and so we like shredded them, spray painted them, and like all did zombie makeup. So that was a fun one. I was all no, my best one was when I wanted to be Bones from Bones. So I literally dressed up like an anthropologist, which was just a lab coat and a skeleton in my pocket.
Okay.
That was it. It was the whole costume. And I spent the whole night having to explain what I was.
Sure. I'm fully prepared to have to explain who I am.
Yeah. No, it might be okay. Might be good.
We'll see.
I mean, you can say who you are. This comes out after Halloween. This comes out after our party.
Oh yeah, I'm Jack from Titanic.
I mean, we got the suspenders. I think if we like wet your hair a little bit and you carry a board, they'll know. I think.
I'll have one of your drawing pencils.
Oh yeah, I like that. I'm gonna be a snorkeler. Yeah, snorkeler.
That's right. Couple costume.
I'm the guy who pull your body out of the water. I'm still back and forth on having
fucking terrible.
Buying a camel pack, like the camel drinking pack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like scuba. Like I have the air tanks on my back, but it's alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I feel like buying that. I feel like I've already like done enough, you know.
But I mean, we were talking about how like a camel pack would have use for us.
It would, yeah. I'm back and forth on it. I will decide next week, I guess. But yeah, it should be fun. All of it. Oh, I guess I need to. Technically, most of my costumes with my parents. I need to make sure they're bringing all that stuff. But anyway, because otherwise I don't know what I'm going to be. But yeah, I'm excited. I love Halloween. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can move on to a tiny, tiny walk down memory lane because I only wrote a few sentences. Because it is our 52nd episode, as we said. It's not a year on the dot. I don't know what day that would be. It would be somewhere earlier in October, I'm assuming. But right off the bat, our second episode of SMSoup was do not watch these movies. It was our most hated movies we've ever watched.
That was the second episode we ever did?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't realize that either. I thought that was like halfway through.
I didn't think it was halfway, but...
I didn't think it was like the second episode. That's for sure.
I guess at that point we did know...
We probably had just watched the zombie movie. And we were so mad about it.
Yeah. I guess what I'm like conflating with it is the movie that we watched with your parents.
Yeah.
That we were like, does this land on it?
Yeah.
And I think we ultimately said no, it doesn't. But we also would... If somebody asked us if they should watch them, we'd be like, maybe not.
Yeah. Last Seen Alive. That was the one we were questioning.
So what was it? It was Artemis Fowl.
Yes.
Zombie.
Is it called Zombie Land? It's the one in Vegas. Isn't it Zack Snyder?
Yeah, it's Zack Snyder. I forgot what it's called.
I do too.
It's terrible.
It was really bad. I would 5.
And
maybe not.
Was Wonder Woman 2 on there?
I don't think that was in the worst ever.
Gotcha.
I can't think of what else was on there.
I can't either. I know it was definitely
we were
those
mad
two.
About it.
There's definitely another one that if somebody said it,
we would viscerally react.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was our second ever episode. Which, of course, speaking on how I was so shocked I couldn't find a Halloween specific, we ranked Thanksgiving food.
Mm-hmm.
We ranked the 12 Days of Christmas,
mm-hmm.
which was a fun one. That one was chaotic, and I have no idea what we're going to do for Christmas this year. I'll guess Thanksgiving's first. We did, of course, tons of movie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We compared Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis' rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
We did, of course, the Tom Cruise running Does It Make or Break a Movie? Which I then made a note. We must have talked about Tom Cruise at least 5 times, maybe more. He's in the title of like 5+ episodes.
I've noticed that as well.
We literally talk about that so much.
Yeah.
And I did include, if we say Mission Impossible, I basically said we're talking about Tom Cruise. Like, it either says Mission Impossible or Tom Cruise in the title for like 5+ episodes.
We had 5 episodes and then went on a hiatus, but we were talking about all the Mission Impossible movies.
Right. Oh, so even more. Yeah. So way more.
I mean,
because those aren't even in the title.
I'm guessing we've talked about Tom Cruise in
like a third.
all iterations of this podcast, because literally the initial like, did this person die in this movie started with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Which we tried playing that game. We did the Nicolas Cage version.
Yeah.
With my parents.
Uh-huh.
I feel like they didn't get it.
What do you mean? What?
Remember we tried playing Did Nicolas Cage die in this movie?
Yeah.
And I feel like they just were like, why are we doing this?
I mean, yeah, it was to kill time.
It's the perfect road trip game.
It will kill about 20 minutes.
We went into depth into my favorite childhood movies, so that means we should do yours in the near future.
Wait, no, we didn't do your favorite childhood movies.
You
we
had
did
to
your
guess
favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
They're just favorite movies.
Sorry, I think I did put childhood in the name because they were all childhood movies.
Because I don't know if I could,
right.
like my childhood movies,
okay.
I don't know if I could get into it.
Okay. You don't know if you can get into it?
I don't think I could.
You
I'd
can't
cry.
talk about it?
I'd cry.
Okay. Well, we should get into your top movies at some point.
Oh, God. It's gonna be so hard.
And then of course we started doing mini segments of deep dives, the history of cereal, somewhat the history of Starbucks and their naming conventions.
Oh yeah.
10-cent beer night. We went to the dark history of weddings. Yeah, we've done a little bit of everything. We haven't done a deep dive in a while.
We haven't.
I don't know what we would do. I'm sure I have ideas written down somewhere. But yeah, I can't actually believe it feels like less and more than 52 episodes. Like I feel like we've done so much. But also when reading back, I was like, wow, this all happened. It feels all so condensed in my head.
Yeah.
Like the timeline has been shortened and it feels like this all was just like really quick blip. Which I tried looking at the dates. We started as What's Happening. And we did that for about a year, which we only did every other week. Mm-hmm. And then we genuinely took almost a year on the dot break.
Crazy.
Like unintentionally. We kind of just stopped recording and then.
Yeah, we stopped. No, that was pretty like.
The year wasn't intentional.
No,
it was supposed to be, I think, like a few weeks.
I think the stop was potentially forever.
Oh. Well, almost a year on the dot later. It was just over a year.
I don't think we would have started this back up had it not been for me.
Really? You think so? You saved the day?
I'm pretty sure I was the one who suggested we start doing it again.
Yeah.
But I think we would have been on that hiatus forever. Like I don't think there was anything calling us back.
But almost just over a year later, you said, why don't we do this again?
No,
and
team effort.
We somehow got stuck on Soup. We literally went through so many iterations of names and came up with SMSoup. I wish I had like our note where we were writing down all the stupid names.
I think I have it. We read it on the first episode.
We definitely did. And here we are 52 episodes later. Only having missed a few weeks from moving. From me just not uploading an episode.
Do you remember the first Do you remember the date of the first SMSoup episode? It was probably in like September, right?
It was in October.
It was in October?
It was in October. I don't know the date.
Yeah, so I feel like I feel like that makes sense as to why we got so stuck on soup, because we were probably making soup. Podcast name ideas, just to go through them again. Soup's biggest question, hey waiter, how's the soup made? I wonder how we got into the whole Soup Fully Yours, Shelby and Spencer. I mean, it was
That's
literally,
a good one.
Yeah, it was like, are you still listening? Soup Detectives, Married to Soup, Socially Unsocial, Soup Fully Soupful. I mean, it was so stupid. What's Happening to Electric Boogaloo was probably my favorite. Like,
yeah,
like that one was the funniest to me, but like terrible
it
actual
make any
name.
Sense, yeah.
Yeah, because SMSoup makes all the sense in the world. No, it's just a terrible name. SMSoup's at least unique.
Yeah, you're right.
You shouldn't have to. We shouldn't run into anybody else who makes the podcast
in a
SM
year.
Soup.
We'll
and
be like, why are there so many SM
If they
Soups?
do, and it becomes bigger than us, it's over, and we're never doing another podcast ever again.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a challenge.
52 episodes. We've already had one rebrand of SMSoup.
What?
Yeah, I updated the logo like a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
A few months ago now.
Rebrand. I was like, what are you
Well, we were What's Happening, and then SMSoup, and then new SMSoup.
But you said 52. Yeah, never mind.
But like within the past year.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting into it. I said.
And although I will say our titles come up in the thing, but I wrote them for when we were switched. So now over my head is your name and over your head is my name. Because I never swapped them back. It's a surprise.
Maybe by episode 104, that'll be figured out.
Don't hold your breath.
I won't, because then my lung will collapse.
Wow. You're just in a mood today, aren't you? So, on to the next bit. We ate chicken last night. And, all right, first week was Church's Texas Chicken. In case you don't know, since moving to the South, I feel like, I know it's the South, but it feels weird being like, we're in the South because
North is in the name.
Yeah. But since moving, we've wanted to try these Southern chicken chains. So we are looking for places that all these chains like started in the South, do Southern style chicken, We're looking for places that do like chicken tenders. We're tasting their tenders, tasting the sauces, and we're all doing consistent sides, if we can, of mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. And then the hope is every meal comes with a biscuit, and that's what we're tasting.
And we're doing an additional side if they have like a funky one.
Like have
Churches
like a unique
jalapeno bombers.
Really good. So yeah, last week was Church's Texas chicken.
Just real quick, you said that like ever since moving to the South, we've wanted to try these places. Have we?
No.
Or was it more so like
in the past few weeks we thought of a new bit?
We could make a bit out of this.
Yeah, it's definitely we could make a bit out of this.
I was like, let's not bury the lead too much.
So it'll be fun. Then for sure. We've tried them. It's fun to as much as
literally last
we're
week
not
we were
fast
talking,
food
I was
people.
Gonna say, literally last week we were talking about how we're not really fast food people.
We're
so
not.
Not like we've actually been dying to try any of these places.
But like I will say it's different because in my brain, if fast food is like, oh, I'm gonna get a burger. But like I really don't love fast food burgers. So like it's fun to like open up a new world of like Southern style chicken and Southern style cooking in general. It's fun to try something new. Anyway, this week is Bojangles, which had never even heard of until moving here. I hadn't. So we ate it last night. We took some notes. Is there anything you'd like to start out? They did not, to our knowledge, have a spicy chicken tender. So we did both just have regular versus Church's. We had one of each. So is there anything you'd like to start out with for Bojangles chicken?
No special side.
No special side.
We just went with the mac and cheese and with the mashed potatoes.
Yep.
And I don't know. What do you want to start with? The chicken?
The chicken.
Just start with the chicken?
Sure.
Chicken was solid.
I liked it more than... I liked the way it was fried.
Yeah.
More than Church's.
But like, that's kind of where I was getting at when we were eating Church's and I was talking about it, where it's just like, I don't love when it's like fried, but I do want it to be crispier.
Yeah.
It's a really tough...
It is.
Somewhere in between the two, I think is what I truly want. These were like chicken fingers, basically.
Yeah.
Whereas like I did think Church's were chicken tenders, if there is a distinction or difference that you want to make. But anyway, the chicken was good. I mean, they're like very like comparable. Like I couldn't tell you one was better than the other.
No.
The spicy chicken at Church's, I would still stand by as being better because I like spicy chicken.
Yeah.
But like when comparing the originals, I mean, they were both good.
Yes.
Not like
Agreed.
And like with fast food, you have to sometimes worry. So I felt like
both were solid.
They were solid.
Yeah, agreed.
Somewhat sauces. Which for me, if you're just eating regular chicken, especially, needs sauce. They just had the 3 original sauces that you would think of: honey mustard, ranch, and barbecue. But then they did have a creamy buffalo sauce. If you want to call that, I guess, the special there, because what did Church's have? Church's had
jalapeno.
Right. So like, but both had ranch, honey mustard, and barbecue.
Yeah.
So where there was like a difference.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't call it a special sauce, but it was like the unique one at least.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3 were good. They were the like
basic.
Yeah. And then the creamy buffalo could have been spicier.
I did like it more than the jalapeno though. I liked it more than Church's.
It had more of a consistent kick to it.
Yeah. As a whole, for some reason, I liked all of the sauces more than Church's, which doesn't really make sense to me.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
I thought the barbecue was barbecue. I thought the honey mustard at Church's was more aligned to the honey mustard I like. But I did like the honey mustard for Bojangles. And then the ranch for Bojangles was definitely better.
Yeah, the ranch was really good, actually. Yeah. And I feel like I never reached for ranch.
I wonder if it was like a house-made ranch.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like by house-made, it's like their own recipe that they then ship across the country.
Probably, yeah.
In those little packets.
Right. I've also never seen, they both had all the sauces were their brand.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not used to seeing that.
Well, I'm guessing they just package it in their own like things.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just so used to like the big things of like Heinz sitting on the counter.
Were both like,
yeah,
I've had that honey mustard.
No,
before.
I know. I'm not saying they were revolutionary. I feel like even like fast food we've eaten at, I don't normally see like McDonald's branded sauce besides like
no, McDonald's
like,
has theirs
stuff.
in there.
Really?
on their little packets. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I never noticed that. Never mind. I don't know, but regardless, for some reason the sauces were a little bit better for me. I don't know why. I would still eat either.
Sure.
And yeah, I do think the buffalo could have been spicier, but I liked it just having a kick more than the jalapeno basically had like no kick for me. And okay, the sides, we'll do the sides. They were definitely a little bit smaller. It felt like even the mashed potatoes were a bit smaller.
Maybe. That one's tough to tell. The mac and cheese definitely was, because the mac and cheese at Church's is considered a premium.
Yeah.
Which I think is a fair designation. I think paying the extra $1 and getting the full meal at Church's is better than just the meal at Bojangles and getting the mac and cheese.
Yes.
That's how good the mac and cheese is at Church's.
Mac and cheese is so good.
But
yeah,
the Bojangles mac and cheese
is solid.
Was like good mac and cheese.
We equated it to like Panera mac
and cheese.
Probably,
yeah, which is I think your like hope at the very least, especially from a southern place.
Yeah.
Where you like
chain. Yeah.
Where you're like chicken or barbecue plus mac and cheese is like such a staple.
Yeah.
And so you expect the mac and cheese to be good, and it was like better than Kraft, which is like the main thing.
Yeah.
And you expect it to be like on par with like Panera tier.
Yeah.
Which is like good. It's not homemade, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the mac and cheese was good. You didn't like the mashed potatoes. I think the mashed potatoes had sausage in them.
I think that, yeah.
Is like what my final conclusion was.
Yeah.
I thought the mashed potatoes were really solid, actually.
I don't know why.
I really liked them. I think I liked the mashed potatoes more than I liked Church's mashed potatoes.
Really?
But Church's mashed potatoes were very solid.
I really like Church's mashed potatoes.
Again, both very solid for like fast food mashed potatoes. They were creamy.
Yep.
The difference was Bojangles had chunks in them, which again, I'm pretty sure you said, is it bacon? I at first thought it was potato skins. And then after eating it again, I felt like there was like spice. It was like spiced. So that's why I concluded with, I think it was sausage. We could have looked it up. We didn't.
Mystery. But they did feel it's had smaller than Church's sides as a whole.
Yeah.
Even their mashed potatoes.
It's hard. It's hard to like think for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so we've pretty much the like meals, we are pretty confident we're the same price at both.
Yep.
So there's not really a distinction there. And then the last thing would just be the biscuit, which we got the combo, so it came with the biscuit.
Yep.
This biscuit was exactly what we were hoping for.
Yep.
With last week.
This is what every biscuit should be, at least, if not better.
Yes.
This was a good biscuit. This doesn't feel like
good.
This doesn't feel like you could go to the freezer aisle. That's how Church's felt. Church's felt like you could find it in the freezer aisle.
No, this biscuit was really good, and immediately we both were like, "Hell yeah!" And Bojangles was advertising their like breakfast sandwiches, and those are served on their biscuits. I would absolutely go and try one of those. Based on how good that biscuit was, I would go and get one of those.
Yeah, the biscuit definitely was like the saving grace, because otherwise it was just like solid, and I couldn't point to one thing that would make me like go there instead of Church's.
Yeah.
But all told, I actually think that Bojangles might have been the better all around.
I kind of think
because
so too.
Everything was at least solid.
Yeah.
If not like a little better.
Yeah.
And then like the only real diminished return is the mac and cheese.
Yes.
Which you technically have to pay $1 extra. And it's just like,
so you go to Bojangles, you get some tenders with a biscuit, and then you drive to Church's.
Yeah,
or you go
to Church's, you get the spicy
true
chicken combo, pay an extra $1 to add the mac and cheese as the side, and then you run over
and get some biscuits.
Yeah, and you get a couple of biscuits from Bojangles and chuck the Church's biscuit at the workers.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, and like I wonder if this matters or if you take this into account at all. But Church's was Coca-Cola products.
I was thinking about this.
Bojangles was Pepsi.
Mm-hmm. Do I take that in consideration when going places?
Not necessarily when going places, but like, do you see one as like better?
It genuinely depends on the mood. I don't drink soda very frequently. I very infrequently drink soda is what I'm trying to say. So there's basically one product from each I like. So I can always find something I like, but there are two very different things. So Coke, I always get a Fanta. As I said last week, they didn't have orange Fanta, which was like crazy to me, but fine. I had my little grape Fanta. Pepsi, I always get a lemonade because they do Minute Maid or a pink
Tropicana.
Is it Tropicana?
I'm pretty sure Minute Maid is Coke.
Oh, I thought it said Minute Maid on the thing. Anyway.
Pretty sure it said Tropicana.
I either get lemonade or if I'm lucky, they have pink lemonade, which is the best. I love pink lemonade. So both are very exciting for me. So, and being that I drink both so infrequently, I'm not someone who like needs there to be one or the other. Like literally getting fast food is the only time I drink either of those things. So I am not personally dependent on that, but I do know a lot of people who are like, you don't have Coke products, you don't have Pepsi products. Like that isn't a big thing for me.
I think the saving grace is because when it's Coke, I forget that there's lemonade as an option.
Yeah.
Right? Because of Minute Maid.
Right.
Because normally I would just choose to, because I also don't drink soda very often.
Right.
But I always fall into like the trap of like, oh, well, I can get a Sprite.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah. But with Pepsi, I don't really like any Pepsi products because like I used to drink Mountain Dew a ton, and now I just like have such a hate for it.
Yeah.
That that I'll get like lemonade.
Yep.
And it's kind of a savior.
Lemonade is great.
Yeah, I love
I think
lemonade.
more places should. I like get really excited when places offer it.
I'm pretty sure most places offer lemonade.
I know, but like now, like at certain like more like mid-tier like Chipotle's and stuff like that, they now have like nicer lemonades.
They have like their like in-house lemonade.
I think more places should offer that because it's such a good.
Yeah.
Or just something like different varieties of like stuff like that. Not necessarily they need to make their own lemonade, but like those things are on the market. And I feel like having more options like that versus just a whole thing of sodas is like amazing.
Maybe I should have tried their tea. I don't really like tea.
They were pushing it a lot.
They have like they have like an in-house tea.
Yeah.
Which is a very southern thing.
Yes.
And so I was like, should have I tried that? I've come around on it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still just don't love it.
Yeah.
I'll drink it if I have to.
Not a fan.
And the only time I have to is when our friend leaves it here. It's just like, well, I don't want it to go to waste.
I do think, not that either of us are super passionate about the drink situation, I do think it'll be good to keep that noted moving forward.
Yeah.
We talked about it because I talked about the Fanta last week, but we didn't really like discuss. Now having had both,
it doesn't stop me from going to place because there's no matter what.
Literally
like
never.
You said, you always have at least one option. You're like with Coke, you can get Fanta. With Coke, I can get a Sprite.
Yeah.
With Pepsi, we can get lemonade. So it's like, because you do have to think about that because like if you don't drink any of those drinks, then like a combo does not make sense to get.
No.
You know, and it's like you gotta get a combo because it's like normally going to be the best deal.
That's literally why we get the combo because I'm like ecstatic to get like that one soda that I'll get like. Literally, we don't even go to fast food once a month, but let's say once a month. It's like, gets me really excited. That's actually, like, I was saying about it because the combos at both gave you just a medium drink, like, automatically.
Which is also great.
Which is great.
Because I hate large fucking...
But I was talking about it, and I was like, what's funny is Wendy's gives you the most obnoxious sized cup in the world.
It's literally like a Starbucks, like... If you get
bigger
or like Dunkin', Dunkin' large.
Yes.
We were at the airport and you got a large mocha iced coffee and I got a medium and like I swear to God it was half of the size of yours.
I know.
And it was like a disgusting amount. That's absolutely what Wendy's large is. And then the medium is just such a drop off. That's actually the perfect amount.
Yes.
I fucking hate that we've been conditioned and also it's technically better money value.
Yeah. But I literally, it can take me like 2 days to finish a large Wendy's drink. Like I set it in the fridge because I can't finish it. I can't.
Oh my God.
I can't finish it in one sitting because it's so much. But I get so excited when they hand me this giant jug of Fanta.
Sugar.
Yeah, just sugar. It's great. But I think it's good to just have it is a little outrageous. Like it's not necessary to have that big of a cup.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm a child. And so when I see I can get that, I'm going to get that.
100%.
But, yeah, so it was good that they reached just like a medium.
So overall, Bojangles or Churches?
Ooh, I do think I have to lean Bojangles.
Yeah, I think
as
so
a whole. There were things I like again because pretty much last week I was like, I would literally go to churches for the sides.
Yeah.
Which again, I'm still down. But yeah, I think that's
could go to either. Easily.
Wouldn't be upset.
You'd be splitting hairs for sure. They're very close.
But yeah, I think Bojangles like just inches out.
Okay.
And I was a sucker by getting the combo. It came in this cute little box, and I'm a sucker for like a fun package thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this was really fun. They put a little thing of parchment paper on the bottom, so as long as like, your box isn't a mess, you can like recycle that whole thing, or like compost and shred it or whatever. That is smart.
Nobody does it.
Nobody does it. But you could.
Why don't you get another great package?
Okay.
Which is the chocolate, so we can wrap this episode up. We're running long. Do you remember what the score is?
No.
3-3?
Sure. I feel like one of them was 4.
4-4?
4-4. We'll never know. I like that I just keep throwing the trash bag in here. Okay, we're gonna go for oh god. That's not promising. Okay, we're gonna go for a bar. I feel like this is gonna be caramel. It's very hard. Oh no, it's gonna be like that toffee stuff again. Yep, it's toffee.
Where are you putting it?
Mm-mm.
How is it every week you don't remember what the fuck you're doing?
Oh.
How do you, like, that's a lot. That is definitely a lot. You're gonna throw up?
No. I just really want to spit it out.
Go spit it out if you have to. She's actually throwing up. Oh my god. Like, why are you so incapable of biting, too?
That was really hard.
You have the biggest teeth in the world and cannot bite through a bar of chocolate.
I don't know what to tell you.
And, like...
I got weak bites.
How so?
You make fun of my bites all the time.
So now it's 4-5. Do you want to, like, write that down so we can remember?
Sure. I can also just go to the end of last week's and, well, maybe 2 weeks ago and see what it was.
So that next week we have an updated
maybe we actually
score.
Have a normal score.
Sounds good to me.
Chocolate.
Figure out chocolate score.
Note to self. Okay. Well, that was disgusting. Thanks for being here. That was the end.
You're welcome.
If you've watched all 52 episodes,
give it up for yourself.
Give it up.
Good job.
You're a real G.
Now subscribe to the fucking channel.
Yeah. And if you've only been listening to this on audio, you've been missing all of our silent pauses where we just stare at each other. So go to YouTube and watch them now. So in the description of every episode, you can find our socials. And you should follow the podcast clips on TikTok and Instagram. Because sometimes clips get posted. Whoa, Spencer's ponytail. Sometimes clips get posted, sometimes they don't. But thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. And hopefully, you stick around for the next 52 episodes. See you next time. Happy Halloween.